Hello everybody and welcome to another Alternative Interactions. I'm Gary and you join me on another walk, an update in Babble, and I'm on an old abandoned railway line at the moment. Really nice hot sunny day. You can see the sun will be affecting the camera for a while as I walk up this direction, and then I'll be walking back again and going a bit further down hopefully. I'm trying to get a bit fitter, get out into nature, hear those birds. Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful. So it's an old train line that would have been used many years ago. I think around the 60s, most of the train lines in the UK that served the rural communities and were deemed surplus to requirements were closed down and ripped up. How very green of them all, hey? And so what we have is miles and miles of just straight trackway that you can cycle and walk around Norfolk. But it's such a shame because it should really be a working railway still, transporting people, even a miniature sized one, transporting people to and from in and out of Norwich to relieve congestion and pollution. I'm not into the green agenda at all. My thoughts are very clear on that one, I can assure you. But it's something that I think that you can always do something more about, can't you? You can always change things a bit and always be a bit more mindful of the environment and nature, you know, particularly nature. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful walking along here, listening to the birds singing in the dappled light and a nice warm sunny day. I mean, what more could you want? So anyway, let's get the corporate stuff out of the way. Please like, share and subscribe. I really do appreciate that. If you do, it helps the channel grow. Sorry, there's a lady further up that I don't really want to bump into, so let's walk back this way, and hopefully the sun won't be quite so bad for you guys to see, and we'll carry on going. Yeah, the channel's grown really well. I really do appreciate all the views and shares and likes that I get. It's really grateful. Thank you very much everybody. I will be putting a bit more effort into the channel. No longer driving a taxi. Divine guidance, call it what you know what you want. It's knowing's the way it's got to be. It was a natural ending to something, and although I enjoyed it and it was lovely, most of the majority of the customers were lovely people. Let's be fair, the vast majority were lovely people. It was getting a bit hard on the soul watching some of these people who were fully nined up, finishing, and the issues that they were getting, and refusing, despite me talking to them, to put two and two together. That's fine, it's their journey, it's their problem, really, in a way. I don't mean that in a horrible way. We all come here for different reasons, to learn different things, to learn and do different things in ways that are unique to us. And I'm blessed that I was able to meet many of these people and interact with them and learn for myself as well. So yeah, it's been a very positive experience overall, and I really enjoyed it. But time to move on, and so we shall see what the future brings us. So a very interesting new stage in life. It's kind of like manifesting, isn't it? I'm manifesting my own new reality, creating a new reality tunnel. If I'm going to be talking about stuff, and stuff that I really truly believe in, then I think you should do the walk the walk. If you're doing the talk, do the walk. And here I am walking, literally. So yeah, that's a very exciting new era, new age, new start. And timing wise, you know, with my birth chart and what's going on in human design and all the bits and pieces, it actually works perfectly as well. And that wasn't planned by me in any way, but I do think it was planned by somebody. So so yeah, it's exciting, and looking forward to the new way of doing things, a new life. But that also means that I shall be getting out at least once a week doing one of these updates and babbles, where we walk and chat. I want to try and get fitter and lose a few pounds, because I have been quite sedimentally sort of sat in a car for a very long time. Here we are out into the sunshine again. We have the Wensum Valley. We have the river. This is the old railway bridge, and behind me, you see that we've got the River Wensum Valley, the old railway track and line bridge that would have served so many communities. Absolutely beautiful, you know. We've got the old weeping willows here and stuff. It's beautiful. It's just lovely. Proper nature. Proper nature. Absolutely love it. Love it. As is my way, I'm not doing too much of a river walk or lakeside walk today, because as you know, I will get distracted. So this is just more of a stroll and a chat in the sunshine with you guys, and kind of just down the road from where I live. So yeah, been doing a little bit of research as always. You know, I never stop. So the first one I'd like to talk about, really, and it's gained a bit of traction, and it's certainly been talked on my channel. I shared it initially, and after I've posted this up, I will put another video up below it, and my Telegram channel, Alternative Interactions, which is free access. Anyone can join it, anyone can look at it, so please do. Huge source of information. I often put extras on there for everybody, little nuggets of stuff. And if I've done a slideshow presentation, or there's something I couldn't show because it's on YouTube, I will put that on Telegram, on that channel, Alternative Interactions. Same as this YouTube name, exactly the same. So I looked into this UCC1 ruling that's been spoken about regarding the straw man, and just cross the road. Oh, it's beautiful listening to the birds, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I looked into this UCC1 straw man court case. Very, very interesting. I actually watched the 2-hour presentation on Odyssey regarding it, that was shared on my group, and I shared it on, and very, very impressive. I mean, the stuff they're talking about is totally right. you know, without doubt, everything they're saying is perfectly correct about the deceptions and kind of how they've gone about it and what they've done. And it all sounds really good. So I've just stopped for a cyclist coming down, so I don't want to get run over. Thank you. So yeah, it all looks really good, and they gave some numbers, UCC court document numbers, and I couldn't find them. And I spoke to a friend of mine, messaged her, because I know that she's dealing with some legal issues at the moment. I thought it might help her, and of course she'd already been on it and seen it, and she wasn't sure, and sent me a video that actually was in the Odyssey feed, next one up across on Odyssey. So I thought it was quite good of Odyssey to have that show and kind of the counter argument, another guy looking into it, which was very interesting. Now, for those who don't understand what the straw man or this ruling is about, it's fundamentally about how birth certificate has been used as a debt instrument against us, and this gentleman had worked out that the placenta was really the dead entity. So you're born as a twin, and when the placenta dies, the placenta is claimed, probably under salvage laws of the third party corporation, which goes down to the Sescoview Act, and so we then have two parties, a duality. I do like my dualities, as you know, and yeah, we have two parties, and of course one dies and one lives. But under the salvage rights, my understanding is that the hospital works for the corporation, clearly, and then a set figure is placed on the salvage of the dead entity, the placenta. A bond is created, which is your birth certificate, and your parents sign this bond, this certificate, and create joinder, which is a contract, and there we go. So we are then bound into a system and tricked into signing something that really is not correct, and we spend the rest of our lives paying back the debt to the dead entity of the person that holds the dead entity in the corporation of the third party. So that's really quite an interesting concept, look at the world, and so all sounded very good until the point in which you find the ruling in the court, or the court papers with the reference numbers given, and they don't. There's no reference numbers. Now, I actually did a pendulum on this, and I got a very strong response. And I was like, wow, you know, maybe my friend's not quite as switched on, or she's got it something wrong, or I've got it wrong. So I did the pendulum, and pendulum was very strong. That what was, sorry, some industrial units along the side of this railway track. One side I have lakes or bits of water courses and stuff, and the other side we have industrial units. So yeah, pendulum was very, very strong. I mean, really strong. Big pull. Because I asked the question, was this going to happen? Was it going to come in? Was it correct? And it was yes, because it is correct. The information they were given was totally correct. And is it going to come in? Yes, it will. But then I got the knowing. And so the question I then asked was, will this come in after the collapse of the current financial situation and system that we're under? And I got yes. So everything that these guys have done is going to happen. The way they speak about it is going to happen, which is really positive. But is it a goer at the moment? No, it certainly isn't. Is there any lawful base on which we can follow this? No, there's not. But it will be part of the new system. And don't wish to trigger anybody, but this Jizara language doesn't resonate in any way, shape or form. In fact, I find it quite abhorrent. I really don't enjoy that language. There is definitely going to be in RV a revaluation, and there is definitely going to be some kind of new system that comes through, without doubt. But will some of the people who have been claiming for many years that they actually are in control of this, they speak to Q and Trump and are heading this financial change up? Not a chance. Not a chance. But you can call it whatever you want, and if it resonates with you and you feel happy saying this, Jizara, that's absolutely fine. We're fundamentally looking at a reset of the old system into a new system. But it's not that, it's a revaluation, or it's something else, you know. So as soon as somebody starts using the wording like that, I have to say I do recoil a tad, because I'm not keen on that. So I've never been down this way, although there is a gate that says don't enter. I think it's a private property. Yeah, it's a private property. Oh, I know where I am. There used to be a very famous angler many years ago called John Wilson. It's now passed, and through there, the other side of this train track, this walk is where John Wilson used to live before he passed. Very good angler. Knew him quite well. Decent bloke. Did a lot for conservation. I mean, he was a voice that the public would listen to, which is lovely. So yeah, so there we are with the straw man stuff at the moment. It will be, and it is, but at the moment it's not. I really don't feel that we're going to see anything financially properly, because all the chess pieces are still being moved around. July time. I've always felt July would be the month for something to happen financially. And I do think that July is probably around that period. And again, the problem is with tarot cards and pendulums and stuff like that, and our feelings, we know it's coming, we know it's imminent, but the problem is time has no meaning to the higher self and to Mother Gaia. You know, and let's be clear, Mother Gaia is waking up. You know, there is, or has woken up. You know, there is a big shift in energy and changes. We see it in many different ways, and we get shown little nuggets, you know. I can kind of explain it almost in a scientific way, and have done with my Fibonacci, Chris Code videos, and the sacred geometry that really is not. Again, did a bit of research on that, a bit more research and digging on that, and yeah, we'll probably have to do another video on that one for sure. And it's such a shame that I see so many lovely people with best intentions in the world sharing the Daisy of Death, having Daisy of Death tattoos placed on them, wearing pendants of the Daisy of Death. It's really quite sad how the inversion of these people has really come across through everything, you know. One of the first things I learned, one of the first mantras I ever really got when I first woke up, or became aware that something was totally wrong, was everything you've ever been told, everything you've ever been taught is a lie. And that's a big one. That's a big one. Everything you have been taught and told is an inversion of the truth or a downright lie. And of course, many people, especially the academics in this world, have placed their entire personality and person standing, let's use the word standing, in the world towards this. And you know, I'm a professor, I'm this, I do this, I'm well educated, I know more than you. Well, they've been educated to remember and regurgitate something that some nefarious organisation had decided was the truth, and they're just regurgitating it. Doesn't make them clever, because cleverness is common sense and critical thinking. You know, when you start to critically think about and question what's going on. We'll turn around now. Again, there's another industrial yard next to me. Yeah, when people can't think in a critical manner, critically think, observe what's going on. So we've got the sun behind, so it's the image is what the image is, you know. It's sad because these people are highly intelligent, but not being able to critically think, observe, and think in a scientific way when they are scientists is a very sad thing. So there we go on that one. Now another one that I wanted to talk about was our Lightning Thrice episode. Please do check it out, and particularly the beginning, which was very funny. Maten deliberately joked in the beginning to throw Richard off. We were in the green room. I don't know what the green room is, but we were chatting beforehand, and we went through the beginning. We didn't talk a lot about stuff really. It was a very basic chat about the show and the format of, just so I knew. And we did a practice start, and Maten did that, and it completely threw Richard off first time. And Richard said, "Don't do that, please don't do that, because you're going to completely, you're going to completely throw me off, screw me up." And we, "Oh yeah, we won't do that, we won't do that." And so Maten did it. And I did do a little short of that as well, if you just want to check it out, the beginning. Very funny, and quite intentional. It's quite intentional. It's pure humour, and was a lot of fun to do. We have the cyclist back again, so I'll just move over. Yeah, so that was a very funny thing. And quite intentional, I can assure you. Yeah, that was very funny. But that programme, some very interesting information, particularly about the end of May. 25th and 26th of May, big days, 2 days together, a lot going on, and it feels it. I can't explain, I couldn't tell you what it's going to be. None of us can tell you, we don't have the crystal ball. I mean, if you want to watch Isabella, she's just dropped one about the month of May coming up. Very, very interesting what she's talking about. But there's so many things that they have been, so you can see me a bit better, there we go. There's so many things that the deep state has been doing nefariously, that it could be one of a million things that we know about. And there's also a million things we don't know about. So so I think the end of May is going to be a very interesting period. June and July will be very, very interesting, for sure. And that's great. Looking forward to that in a strange way, because I think all of us feel very much that we've been waiting a very long time for this. Some of us woke up around the 19 period of time, because of the flu, the disease that wasn't. Some of us have been awake a lot longer than that, and some of us have been really awake for a very, very long time. And for those of you guys who have been awake all your lives, which I can't claim to have, I knew something was wrong all my life, but for those that have really gone down the rabbit hole from a very early age, hats off to you. It's been a long, 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 long wait. A very, very long, 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 long wait. And we're now going to see it, which is amazing. Nothing can stop what's happening. We've already won. It just has to play out. You've got to remember that the people around us who have been asleep, refuse to see, don't want to see. It's not, again, we're not going to save everybody. It's not a job to save everybody. It's not a job to save anybody, in fact. It's our job, I think, to spiritually and emotionally grow in the game called Earth. In this game, in this toroidal field of consciousness. It's a simulation. It's a matrix. And we've entered this game at the time when it's the real crunch time. Sure, we may have been here before in other times to have experiences and see what we could do. You know, we may have been here in Egyptian times, we may have been here in Roman times. Kind of is Roman times still, really, but we could have been all the way back through time, playing around this game. But this point now is the one. This really is the one, and I think we're going to see things that we can't even comprehend and manage to understand really what's going on, which is wonderful. So yeah, that's it's going to be a very, very, very interesting little period of disclosure. Actually, I've felt for some months now that this is the age of disclosure. Don't know what that means, but that's just what I got told in my head. It's revelations and disclosure really, and that's exactly what we're going to get. Now, something that is kind of key to my heart, and something I got quite loud about, which is pre me getting onto YouTube, is this substance they've been feeding the cows. And I actually went around the supermarkets in my area, spoke to many people about it, and the response I got was I was laughed at, basically. So I reminded them about CJD and how many people in the UK died from that, and there probably still are dying from that, actually. Just because 300 or so people died directly of mad cow's disease, is what it was called, doesn't mean that thousands and thousands, if not millions and millions more, were affected, and sorry, just stopping for some more cyclists, were affected in that way, and this could be part of the dementia thing that we see.
Morning.
Morning. Yeah, this could be part of the dementia thing that we see playing out now. But they've been feeding this substance called Bovair to cattle to stop them farting. And if you actually know anything about cattle, cattle don't fart. They burp a lot. They don't fart. Very, very rarely does a cow fart. And so that's another one. But in the trials, some of the cows didn't make the end of the trials, and I think in Denmark, I'm sure it's Denmark, the cattle actually refused to feed on this feed, and some of them died, and the health of these cows greatly diminished. And yet I'm still yet to see the animal rights people banging on about this. A food substance being fed to an animal that's caged inside, has no choice about eating it, that's making it ill, and the animal rights people are nowhere to be seen. Interesting, that one, isn't it? But I guess they only come out when they're told to, and when Mr. Soros pays them enough money to, you know. But Tarabai Isabella said that it was going to come out how harmful this stuff really was to the humans, and this is what I was trying to convey to the people in the supermarkets, and we actually the supermarkets, you know, like this one in the UK, certainly in our area, supermarkets in the UK stopped supplying organic milk, organic full fat milk, and there was a 6-week period nearly where you could not buy organic full fat milk in the UK in the supermarkets around Norfolk, and if you could find it, it was a very limited supply. Now that's a big one as well, isn't it? Come on, good old supermarkets not supplying safe food. It's almost as if they're working with them, isn't it? Now, you know, sorry, the sun, oh well, make my arm ache when I pull my arm out all the way. But yeah, but what we did do and have been doing, and we've got into the habit of doing so, is we would drive, say, to Cromer or somewhere and have a beach walk, and about half an hour, 20 minutes up the road from Cromer is a dairy in the North Norfolk area, and Binham Abbey area, and they do raw milk straight out of the cow, not processed, natural as can be, and oh my god, does that milk taste lovely. But it's also got all the probiotics or prebiotics in it, and it's not been messed with. And we go there once a week and purchase, you know, 8 pints at least, which lasts most of the week, and then we will buy organic from the supermarkets to top up, which doesn't taste as nice because it's pasteurised, and it's not as good for you because it's pasteurised. Again, that's Mr. Rockefeller brought that one in. Yeah, bless him. So I really did my ears pricked up with Isabella when she spoke about the Bovair, and how they're going to prove that it's really not good for you. Again, you know, we see this stuff all the time. It's not our first rodeo, and yet they continue to do this stuff. I'm really looking forward to the end of these people, you know, and they are going to end, and it's going to be wonderful. It truly is. So So yeah, that's a couple of things really. The straw man, I would be very hesitant about going too far down with that one at the moment. It will come in, and the new monetary system I get will have it, and so we have nothing to fear or worry about in that respect. These guys are doing generally good work. I don't think they're deceiving in any way, shape or form deliberately, but I think they've jumped and spoken out before they've actually really got it sorted out and sussed it, which is a shame, but we all get overexcited at times. But that was 4 hours of research. I wanted to do something else research wise, and I kind of did. You know, the electricity one I did is quite fascinating in the grid, and it's certainly something I've followed, and I was looking at demonic sigils or emblems, and one of the biggest ones I came up straight away. It was the first one, number 1A. First one will always be Janus. It's not Janus, this one particularly, but it was very interesting that it was, I think it's called the scepter, the round ball with the cross on top. That's the demon. It's a demon sigil. Queen carries it, Pope carries it. So I think I'll be showing you that one again fairly soon, with a few other bits and pieces. I think you just see a lake in the background there. That's beautiful, isn't it? It's a private lake. I mean, can you imagine your own private lake? Oh my god. Oh my god. How amazing. But yeah, so we're kind of there at the end of the ramble today. Oh yeah, one last thing that I was going to mention very quickly before I go is the HSS in America, RFK Jr. and children. Very interesting story. Check it out. I'm not going to cover it any further at the moment, but they are doing some amazing work. RFK Jr. is really doing it, and I think the American food, the big companies are falling in line very quickly to produce safer and better food for the American public. Well, we've been having that kind of better quality food in the UK for many years via the same companies. So why would they not have a standardized standard of food across the globe or the realm? I think we can answer that one, can't we? So with that, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you, and thank you very much for tuning in. Please like, share and subscribe if you like my content, and I will be doing a weekly ramble, I think, from now onwards. I'm also going to be going fishing in the middle of the month of May, so sometimes spend a couple of nights on the bank fishing, and you will be coming with me and you will be joining me, and I'll be doing little rambles and walks around the lake, and you might even see a few fish if I catch some. It's a very big gravel pit, as you'll see, and it's very low stock density, not many fish in it, not many fish. It's very difficult, very tricky, which is what I like. You know, I don't want anything that's easy. I want to really work for it to get it, and so you will be joining me on the bank, on the river bank or the lake side, in the near future, and I'll be giving little updates and rambles and chats, and looking forward to that one a lot. That's going to be very interesting, and we'll see how that one works. I don't think anyone's done that before. So with that, goodbye everybody. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe. Love and light. Blessings to everybody. And we've got this. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to worry about. Everything is exactly as it should be. We're in a really good position. Now, bye everyone.